Was at a job for 3 years consistently in the top 3 of my department in terms of performance. Asked my supervisor repeatedly if I could be recommended for advancement or promotion, and he always told me he was trying his best to get me new opportunities. Found out from a friend in a different department that I'd been considered a top candidate for 4 different promotions, and each time my supervisor had blocked it. When I confronted him with this information, he told me it was true and he did it because I could never find someone who does what you do without paying them a lot more. Internally said f this, I quit and found a new job within 3 months. Took all my PTO, and on the day I came back I quit 2 hours into the day, leaving him high and dry at a peak time. F that dude. I could never find someone who does what you do without paying them a lot more. Laughing out loud that they actually said that. What a douchebag. He's basically saying, yeah, I'm screwing you. Yeah. F that dude. A program manager berated me in front of 20 people. This was about the 10th time he did it. He always fluctuated between I'm sorry and you suck. I was done. I looked at him and said, just because you're broken doesn't mean you need to break everyone else. I left work, picked up my kids from school and spent the rest of the day at the park. I called my husband, who was on a business trip, and told him I walked out. He was very supportive. And that's that. I'm too old for this shiz. My only regret is that I didn't tell him to f off. Arrived at the bar to work my shift only to discover that the owners had sacked my manager because there was in their view too much wastage. At the time he was recovering from major surgery on his arm. He had 3 young children and an 8 months pregnant wife. They thought they were losing money because not every drop of beer poured went into somebody's drink, which is just a fact of life in a bar, and not because their right alto rag son brother, father-son owner duo, kept coming in with his mates and demanding we give them drinks they didn't have to pay for. Quit on the spot. Went to the manager's son's christening a while later. A year or 2 after that, was told the bailiffs had come to visit the bar and left with quite a lot of furniture. Couldn't have happened to big to advance my career. Great opportunity came up, and I was offered the position. However, my current leadership blocked me because I received a promotion 6 months prior. That promotion was literally an automatic email that said, congrats, you're now level 2 instead of level 1, because I had met my sales attainment and completed all my yearly trainings. Literally an automated email stopped me from getting promoted, and bosses said I had to wait another 18 months. Left that company and went to a competitor doing the same thing for better pay and significantly more support. I had a manager who was just trying too hard. Our team meetings were just yelling sessions because we did not work as fast as she expected. She would commit 2 days to the client for something that would take 3 weeks. She got her comeuppance when more than half the team quit within a month of each other. I gave her 15 days notice. She told me I should stay for longer, else she'll make sure I'll never be able to work for the company again. I was willing to sit with her and help her with the tasks handover in the 15 days, but once she threatened me, I told her I was not staying longer and enjoyed my 15 days notice. Currently in the US military. Was back and forth about re-enlisting for another 4 years. Have done 9 to this point. I have a 3-year-old daughter at home who I haven't seen in almost 2 years for more than 3 weeks. Was talking to an officer in my chain of command when I told him my thoughts. I had just received orders to remain overseas for an additional 2 years. His exact words were, "You've already missed 2 years of her life, you can afford to lose 2 more." I went to my command career counselor office that day and signed my intention to separate. I interviewed for a corporate accounting role because public accounting was much less pay and a lot more hours. Was told in the interview that it was show up between 8 to 9, leave between 4 to 5. There'd be no more working late nights or having to work on weekends, which was great. I took the job and within 2 months realized they were lying through their teeth. First off, there was absolutely no training on their processes. I was given enough work for 3 people with no direction on how to do it. My manager was so scatterbrained, he could never give me any help when I asked. No one talked for 8 hours a day, and it was just an unbelievably bad work culture. I'd get to work usually at 8:30 and leave at 4:30 while eating lunch at my desk. I came in one day and was told, "Since you're leaving so early, I can only hope you're working from home." Then the next week, we are told we have to come in for a full day Saturday because we had New Year's Day off that Monday. My final straw was when I left at 2:30 one day for a doctor's appointment. When I came in the next day, my manager pulled me into a room and said that I didn't have enough accrued PTO to do that, and he was going to dock my pay in a salaried position. Went in the next day, told him it wasn't working out, and put my 2 weeks in. On my last day, he told me I could leave at 11:30, so I did. When I got my final paycheck, he docked my pay for the remainder of that day. Luckily, the recruiter who got me the job followed up to ask what happened, and I was completely open and honest with her. Apparently, that manager has a very high turnover rate for the position I was in, and the recruiter told me that the CFO is looking into replacing him.